Welcome to the Getting Started tutorial. You may have already seen the welcome and then managed to get through to the Getting Started, or you've just started here straight away. So this is just a gentle introduction to how we've organized all of these tutorials on how to use AVA360VR. There's quite a lot of them. Spent some time assembling them, and hopefully you'll be able to get to use AVA360VR to quite a sophisticated level. What you see here is the main menu, where you can create a new project and a new analysis in that project, or look at your existing projects. And we're going to be using the demo package with our different projects for help and creating projects, as well as the Lego demo project. So those that we've assembled so that it gives you some idea of the richness of the project structure and how you can interweave them. So we're just going to give you a little introduction to different parts of AVA360VR, and you can always look at other tutorials, for example, how to create a new project, what the folder structure is. If we look here, then you'll see under creating projects that there are some, not all of them are listed here, but there are some how to prepare media files, or what is a project analysis and a version, or what's the project folder structure. So there are a number of tutorials that will help you further with those. And there are some for help and some for help 2, which is getting a little more advanced or not so commonly used, and then help 3, which is very advanced or not so commonly used tools. Then there's a Lego demo with some examples, and then there's some problems as well, where we'll maybe give you some little background as where things can go wrong and how to fix them. So these are our help tutorials, as well as a Lego demo package, which has some real data that you can freely use under a Creative Commons license. And the basic way that we work is that you look at your existing projects, or you create new projects, and then you can load them and work on them and create new analysis versions. Here we have just one analysis version for each of these help. There's not others available here. We could have a whole range of analysis, and you can scroll down here to see them all. So we have a basic one for each type of tutorial, and you click that and it will give you some help. Important thing to recognize is that some of the tutorials are videos and they're embedded in the 360. Some of the tutorials are actually 2D videos in a window, which you have to point at and click play, and this is one of them now which you're watching. And then you can control it yourself. And then some of them are what we call volcaps. In fact, most of them are volcaps. And volumetric captures and replays, this is a new way of working within 3 dimensions with instruction videos that we've developed inside AVA360VR. It allows us to demonstrate and illustrate the tools live, and you can take part. So if you're unsure how that works, then hopefully you'll follow the instructions, which are usually to import the volcap, and then you just click on the play and the window that appears, and it will just unfold. If you want to see a lot more information, if you go to help 3 and the volcap tutorial, you'll get some a video explaining how that works, for how the volcap works. So that's the basic difference between video and volcap. And then amongst the videos, there's the 360 video versus the embedded video clip. And these are often done this way just to illustrate particular ways of working. And sometimes we have to make it as a video or a volcap simply because it's not possible in the other mode, given the type of tool it is. So that gives you some idea of how to understand the set of tutorials we have, and there's probably about 40 different videos and volcap tutorials. So we'll just go back to help, and maybe we can just load up one of them and then exit to show you how to get back to here, or how to load up other ones inside. So if we take, for example, the playback volcap, because we're in a video now, let's take a playback. Let's take the controllers, which we'd recommend maybe to do first to understand the controllers, and then we're going to load that, and then we'll be in VR. We'll just take a quick look, and then we'll show you how to exit. Well, first how to jump around into new versions of a particular help tutorial in the projects, and then exit back to this main menu. So I'm just going to load that now. And now you can see, I just put the headset on and we are in VR. If we look around, it does say here, this is the how to use the controllers, and this is the AVA360VR VolCap tutorial. Import the controllers volumetric capture. And we see we've already got an import window here, which you can also learn how to import different things. And if we just scroll down under other, we see volumetric capture. If you click on that, then you can see a number of different volumetric captures. And this one here is controllers. If you just click on that, do you want to insert the controllers? We just say accept. And what's going to happen, you'll see we're going to jump. I'm going to continue without saving. We don't want to save anything. We've not done any work. And then what happens is it opens up. And I'll just move this. This is our volumetric playback controller. It allows us to play and pause and leave the playback. It's about a 7-minute VolCap. And you can see here we've got some images already, and we have here myself with my controllers about to explain. And what I'll just do is I'll just teleport over to here. Well, I actually have to make sure that I grab this one and just put it here first. Just teleport over here, and there we have my controls, which I'll put down here. And if I start to press play, well, welcome to this tutorial. We're going to and there I'm about to demonstrate this tutorial myself inside AVA360VR. Or we're going to leave that because we're not going to follow that tutorial. You can come back here and follow it yourself. So I'm going to say yes, leave. We don't want to stay. And now we'll come back to where we were about importing the controllers. So that's the import. I'll just close that and we'll just take a look how to get back. Well, first to jump to another tutorial. If we open up the analysis mapping, you see here we have a nice mapping of a number of different help tutorials, and if we click on the right project, we'll find a list of the, for example, we might want to see how to use the slide presenter, and if we click on that, we can load it down here, or we can choose it from here. It's not shown here because this is only for the help, but we can find it on another project completely and pick up here and also load it. We might want to look at audio volume, how to control the audio volume of the master volume, and then we could load that. So as long as what you see here is selected, it allows you to load. So that's one way to move around in different projects, just by looking through, finding the list of topics and then choosing one and then seeing, is it a video, is it a VolCap, and then being able to use that. But how do we get back to the main menu? Well, here we can choose exit, and that's exit on the file, which is the top on the left controller. Click exit, and then it will come up with a menu. And on that menu, exit to Windows, which means leave AVA360VR completely, or return to that menu. So we're going to click that one. And then it always asks you, usually, if you're going to do something like leave or quit, is do you want to do it without saving? And we don't want to save anything here in this. But if you had made some nice changes, some drawings, had some tools open, and or done some animations, you want to save that, then you would click save and leave. But we're just going to leave without saving. If you cancel, you'll just go back to this menu. So let's return to menu, leave without saving, and then we have come back now to the main menu. I've just taken off the headset and the controllers, and now we can go to existing projects. And there we see the same thing that we saw inside VR, and we can move through these and decide which one. For example, slide presenter again. I'll go back to help, and then we can move down and choose welcome, or the getting started, which we're just in the middle of now. So that allows you to move between either from the main menu, which is a 2D menu, not in VR, and then load up particular help guides or projects, or the Lego demo project, analysis versions, and hopefully from all of these you'll be able to navigate into VR. And if you're in VR, you could just use the analysis mapping tool to jump to a new tutorial and see how that goes. So please try it out yourself and enjoy the experience.